So the markets that are promoting luxury encompass the US. So that is both coasts, East and West. We have our GB team, which is a newly formed geographic region as of this year. So that encompasses Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. We have France, Spain, Italy, Australia, and Canada that also do luxury as part of their existing trade activity too. So these markets provide invaluable platforms to the industry via events, fam trips, and communications to engage with the key travel advisors in those source markets. And we as the central team work extremely closely with them, so improving collaboration. So we have monthly calls with all of our market colleagues, sharing best practice. What's worked in one European market might work in another. If we've done a certain initiative on the west coast of the States, can that be replicated and duplicated in another market to achieve the same level of success? And we also support on annual planning as well, which we are in the midst of at the moment. Next slide, please. So I know Emer's gone through a lot of it, but I just wanted to touch on some quick stats on the luxury market. Now, our most recent tri-agency research was actually a few years ago now. We are looking into potentially doing additional research next year. However, these stats I pulled from a research report that the WARC conducted in November last year. So a lot of this we will already know, but just to touch on, so kind of the value of the luxury market currently sits at $1 trillion, which is an insane amount of money, and it's growing 8% year on year, which is fantastic. It is an extremely resilient market. As we know, the luxury segment was pretty much unaffected by the global pandemic, obviously affected by the fact that they couldn't travel, but obviously they were the first to come back into the fold then when we were able to resume that again. It's high yield. They have an experience first mindset, so they really want those authentic and personalized experiences that Emer's touched on. And just to quote from the research, the new affluent tourist values luxury experience and self-fulfillment over materialism. So very much prioritizing those experiences with their loved ones, with the friends and family, and self-fulfillment. They're all trying to better themselves, and obviously they can do that through their travel journeys as well over just purchases. Next slide, please. So a couple of trends that this research report touched on was the demographic shifts. So at this moment of time, we're seeing 4 different generations coexisting in the travel industry, which is quite unique. So you have your boomers, your Gen X, but then you also have your millennials and Gen Z.